see if this that sound. Yeah.
Testing.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I like that.
All right, Shalom Israel, Shalom Bashim Yashai Brakatham to the brothers, Shalom Yahweh Shema Alatha Bashim Yashai to the sisters. We at the ISUPK Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana, and we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. We've been teaching the truth since 1969 that all so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. We are the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and that the so-called white men that you know of today, the Europeans, are the Edomites, the descendants of Esau, and they're the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
So today, as you can probably read through the title, we're going to be going all the way back to the beginning. We're going to start all the way from Genesis, which actually does mean in the beginning when you read the Hebrew. And of course, you already know we're going to go through verses 1 through 7 in the Hebrew, and then we'll go over it in the English, and then we're going to give the breakdown, right? So with that being said, yeah, I think what was up?
Live, sir.
All right, so with that being said, Amadim, just me and the brother up here. Sorry, it's me. Sorry.
Like
which means to Israel in the Hebrew. Sorry, it's me. Sorry. Sorry.
Put it on before. Put it
Sorry, it's me. All right, sorry. Amadim Apanya Hakodam, which means to rise or stand and face the east. And we're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer. In the Hebrew, go ahead.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Haya. Shamka. Yahweh. Malak Wathka. Daba'a. Watazaka. Haya. Aisha. Ba'aratza. Kawa. Haya. Bashemayim. The Thundanawa. The Kam. Call. Yawam. Wasalakanawa. Kabawafnanawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabawafkanawa. Wala'a. Dabaya'anawa. Banasai one. A ball. Hawashina. Mayan. Ride. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahatapa Arab. La'ai Wilamium. Aman.
It's the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father.
Which
art in heaven.
Hallowed
be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Thy
kingdom come.
Thy kingdom
Thy
come.
will be done.
Thy will be done.
In
earth.
As it is in heaven.
Give
us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
And
the power.
And
the glory.
Forever.
So be it.
Amen. This is the power in the Hebrew. Hakak. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Ba'ukashai. Thundanawa. Hakak. La'pa'a. Kal Maka'ala. Wakal. Malawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazariah. Hakak. Lahaquayim. Amathim. Hakak. Al Rakawa. Hatama'ala. The Garshan. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Dole water.
Aman. This is a hakak, which is the power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh,
Please
please
give us the power.
give us the power.
Power to heal.
The power to heal
All manner of sickness.
all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the
The
dead.
power to raise the dead.
Power against
The
unclean
power
spirits.
against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of
In
Yahweh.
the name of Yahweh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh?
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Ma'aka Allah?
Why Me'aka Allah?
Why Allahayim?
Why Allahayim?
Batazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawap Yahana.
So like Alwap Yahana.
Ha Alawapium.
Ha Alwapium.
Hasaranyum.
Hasaranyum.
Ha Quatazayonium.
Ha Quatazah Yoyin.
Ha Kayayonium.
Haka Yayoyin.
Waha Awakium.
Waha. It's like Waha Akwathim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem. Yahweh
Shai.
Shai. Do water.
Water.
Amen.
Amen. The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And angels.
Commanding General Yohana.
Commander General Yohana.
The generals.
The generals.
Captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al.
Ahoria.
Ahoria. Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azoria.
Zoya.
Azoria.
Zoya.
Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Al Yatan.
All your done.
Lama Wat.
Some what?
Galka.
Galka.
All. Yalawam.
Yalawam.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Hanah.
Nah.
La'ah.
Ah.
Yalawam.
Yalawam.
Mala'ah.
Ah.
Yashun.
Shun.
Shalmar.
Shamar.
Yasha'al.
It's like Yasha'al.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazar.
Tazal.
Al Yah.
Yah.
Yamyaka.
Yamimka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Bala Yalub.
Belaya Love.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamar.
Bakal.
Call.
Right.
Right.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Afna Pasha.
Athna Pasha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza Afka.
Teza Athna.
Waba Wa'aka.
Go Athka.
Ma'ata.
My thought.
Wa'ai.
I
Willam.
will Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help comes from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven
which made heaven
and earth.
and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to
He
be
will not
moved.
suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber
shall neither slumber
nor sleep.
nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by
The
day,
sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve
The
thee
Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
The
out
Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in
From this time forth
from this time forth
and even
and even
forevermore.
forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damayalaka.
All Damayalaka.
All Dakaraash.
All Thakarash.
Well, all Dashaquat.
All Tashaquat.
All Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Awayabika.
Awayabika.
Yahamad.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Aimaka.
Al Imaka.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Ya'ir Yamur.
Sawada.
Savada.
Wayata.
Waita.
Ya'itazawa.
Ya'atazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Altazapawanyaka.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakina.
Wanakakina.
Magawa.
Magawa.
Wala'a.
Alaa.
Yazakar.
Zakar.
Shum.
Shum.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Iwada.
Abda.
Kaya.
Kaya.
No Wa'atazawa.
Wa'atazawa.
Laba.
Ba.
Yakala.
Yakab.
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka.
Wariyah.
Wariyah.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahaya.
Ahal.
Alawam.
Wam.
Why?
Why?
Yashma.
Yashama.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Abu.
Wahagaria.
Goya.
Gabal.
Ball.
Wa'amawan.
Why am what?
Wa'amalak.
Why am a lot?
Halashat.
Palashat.
I'm Yashadga.
I'm your shot.
Tazawar.
Taz of war.
Gum.
Gum.
Ashawar.
Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Amam.
Amam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarwai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salat.
Salat.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamayan.
Kamadya.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah.
Kayabyur.
Kayabya.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Koyashwan.
Koyashwan.
Nasha. Nasha Mudwa.
Nashab Madwa.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Da'ara.
Da'ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
Na'adama.
Adama.
Shadama.
Shadam.
Nada.
Nada.
Yamawa.
Yamawa.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakaza'awa.
Kaza'ab.
Wakazabak.
Kazabak.
Wakatazalmanai.
Wakatazalmanai.
Call.
Call.
Nana Saya Kamwa.
Nasayakamwa.
Nasa Yakamwa. Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Marwa.
Naira Rashad.
Narashah.
Nanawa.
Nanawa.
Ah. Nawa.
Nawath.
Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shatamwa.
Tamwa.
Kagagala.
Goggle.
Kakwash.
Kwash.
Kapanya.
Panya.
Rawka.
Raka'ah.
Ka'ash. Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Taba Ira.
Ira.
Ya Ira.
Ira.
Wow.
Wow.
Kalahaba.
Kalahaba.
Talahat.
Salahat.
Horium.
Horium.
Come.
Kun.
Taba Datma.
Rodama.
Basa Ira.
Ira.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapath.
Wapath.
Taba Al. Taba Halam.
Tabalam.
Mala'a, Punyahum, Kuala One, Waya Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahal, Ayai, Waya, Parwa, Waya, Abada, Waya, Naiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahweh, Labaka, Aliwan, Alcohol,
Ratazah. This is Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O God.
O God. For lo.
Thine enemies. Make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel. Against thy people. And consulted. Against thy hidden ones. They have said. Come. And let us cut them off. From being a nation. At the name of Israel. May be no more remembered. For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. Hagarenes. Gabal. And Amalek. Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. A sword also was joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished and endured. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Orel. And like Zaid. Yea, all their princes as Abba, and as Amun, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. Make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded. And trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh. Art the most high. Over all earth. Sorry, face me. All right, you may be seated. We're going to be reading from the book of Genesis, chapter 1 through 7 in the Hebrew. Priest Master Ailatazar will be reading in the Hebrew, and then we'll go over it in the English. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe.
All right, this is the book of Genesis in the Hebrew, verse 1. Ra'ashyath bara'ah alahayim ath hashemayim wa'ath ha'aratazah hayatha dahawa wabahawa wakashka al yapunya dahawam warawaka alahayim marakapath alapunya hamayim waya amar alahayim yahaya ayar Wayahaya awar Wayara'a alahayim ath ha'awar kaya tawab Waya badal alahayim bayaka ha'awar wabayaka hakashka Wayakura alahayim la'awar yawam walakashka kuwash la yala Wayahaya Irab, Wayahaya Bakor, Yawam, Akar, Wayamar, Alahayim, Yahaya, Rakwa Yai, Bakwak, Hamayam, Wayahaya, Mabarayam, Bayan, Mayam, Lamayam, verse 7. Waya Aish, Alahayim, Af, Harakwa Yai, Waya Baral, Bayan, Hamayan, Ashar, Matakath, Larakwa Yai, Wabayan, Hamayam, Ashar, Ma'al, Larakwa Wayahaya, Khan.
Most on Christ, clap it up. So now we'll be starting from Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 in the English. I'm going to go ahead.
Come on, sir. Slide.
It's what?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning.
In the what?
In the beginning.
What book are we in?
In the beginning.
So I want to see if everybody catches on. Anybody who's watching right now, I said it earlier. Let me see if you catch it. What does Genesis mean in the Hebrew?
Right.
Hint, hint. I ain't going to continue until somebody puts it in the chat. See if y'all paying attention. I know it's early, Slakia. Anybody is free to, and I see Facebook, I see YouTube, Most High in Christ. See if anybody paying attention. Who's this? Trooper Kwadashia Allah. See if anybody. Let me see. I ain't seeing nobody.
Very simple answer. We just said
it's okay if you're wrong. Anybody is free to put it in the group chat.
There we go.
Who's that?
I was made to serve Kahan.
Okay.
We'll take it.
Most High in Christ. The beginning. Most High in Christ. Clap up for. Yes, in the beginning for water. So let's read from the top one more time.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1.
Go ahead.
In the beginning,
Go ahead.
God created the heaven and the earth. Slacky,
go ahead.
If I may,
go ahead.
I don't want to gloss over that because I know in the English it says God, but as you heard me, if you were listening in the Hebrew, I kept saying Elohim. Sometimes you have to go back to the original language to get the actual understanding. Elohim or Elohim is plural. The yum is plural. It means gods, and the word God means power. So the powers created the heaven and the earth. I don't really want to go too deep into it, but just understand it was the Lord who gave out the blueprint for the angels, and Christ being the head charge. I'm not going to jump to John 1:1, which I can prove, but just know that the Lord laid the blueprint out for the worlds to be created. Christ led the charge, and him and the angels, they started doing the work. So you're gonna, if you really was listening, I said Elohim about 6 or 7 times. It's God's, it's powers. God was not the only one. He's just a father who gave out orders, and his sons in righteousness completed those orders.
Most High in Christ. If I could,
yes, sir.
Let's dive in a little deeper to that, right? Because I'm glad you brought that up, right? Because in the Hebrew, like we said, like this is the King James Version Bible. This is the most accurate English translation of the original Hebrew.
Right.
But we're gonna be honest, some of the words can be taken out of context if you don't know the original meaning. So as his brother just brought up, you hear us say multiple times, Elohim, Elohim, Elohim. You go into the, I believe, Assyrian, it'll read like Elohim. But it's Elohim. That's the original Hebrew. So I'm gonna read to you. For anybody who hasn't done it yet, I keep saying this, and I'm saying it every time. Get yourself Blue Letter Bible. It's an app on your phone, iPhone, Android, it don't matter. Just download it, right? Because it'll give you the outline of biblical usage and the Strong's definition of these words. So what I just did, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. All I did was type in God in his, right? So then I went to it. First one that popped up, it'll bring up every single time God is brought up in the Bible, which is quite a bit. But when was it the first time he was brought up? In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So that's the one I clicked on. So as I see right here, Elohim, I'm seeing it. Now I'm going to read the outline of biblical usage. It says plural, like the brother just said. Elohim, powers, gods. But I'm going to read to you right here. Plural, rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. Now, plural, there's another meaning to it as well, right? Depending on the context of it, it can mean God. Salakia, when we say goddess, it's not really a goddess, right? We understand that when you go to the actual biblical definition of what a goddess is, it's actually a woman who is married to a priest.
Right.
Just so they're there.
Prophetess.
Right. Or prophetess, Salakia. God-like one, works or special possessions of God. Then you also, of course, have the true God and God, right? I think those are ones that we're most familiar with. And then it pretty much says the same thing at the bottom, but just to give that understanding, when it says in the beginning, God, the powers, the ones that the Most High was ruling over, the angels, whoever it may be, the powers, divine beings that he pushed out.
Right.
Like you said, he laid out the blueprint. It's like a blueprints And they were the ones who carried out the Most High's wishes and created everything.
Right.
So just so you get a true understanding to this, it wasn't just the Most High.
Right.
He sent workers. Salakia.
Right.
So you got anything before we continue?
Nah, sir. Let's get to it. Verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. If I may,
Go ahead.
When you're reading this, don't look at it as like it's invisible. It says the earth was without form and void. Think about like a gaseous state, like steam. Steam, I'm going to refer to the state of water because steam. The reason why I'm referring to the state of water, because it says, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Space and water are the same. One is just up there, the other one we can see. Space and water is the same. That's why he calls it the deep. Just like the deep ocean, the deep sea, the deep blue sea. It's water there, but it's in this gaseous state, which is steam. There's three levels of that matter. There's ice, which is a solid. There's water, which is a liquid. And then there's steam, which is the gas. So it's a gaseous state without form. I wish I had like a board to show you, but just imagine just a bunch of steam in the area. It's empty, it's big, it's black. And then right here, there's some steam. And that's what he's using to work. That's what the Lord is like, we're going to work right here. I want this part right here. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, meaning the Lord gave orders to work on this area right here. The face of God moved upon the spirit of the waters. How does the Lord move? With the spirits. He lets the spirit, he tells the angels to do something and they do it. No different than Commander Junior Hunter telling us to do something and we do it. No different than your captain telling you to do something and you do it. No different than your father telling you to do something and you do it. That's what you're looking at. You are looking at creation. Don't think like a wizard. Think like an engineer who's building something.
If I could.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you used that analogy because we got to remember something. The Lord's not a genie. Okay. Like just so we're clear, the Most High is the Most High. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
But he's not a genie. He's not, he doesn't snap his fingers and then poof, there's water.
Right.
Or poof, there's people. Like, no. Just like how anything else in the world, like we create, right? Like we create things. We create buildings. We created highways. We created different herbs and supplements, and we created, right?
Right.
But how did we create though? Let's say Peace and Outside Allah Tazal, right? You're the head of a company, and let's say you wanted to make your own brand of car, right?
Right.
Like they have like Toyota, all this stuff.
Right.
But he wanted to make his own brand of car. Well, if you want to have a successful business, he can't be the only one to do this.
Right.
Now he might know how to do it.
Right.
But he needs workers,
Right. Employees,
followers, people who can see his blueprints.
Right.
He'll lay it out for them. Like, hey, we're gonna do this. Boom, boom, boom. Like you ever go to like meetings and stuff like that. It's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, y'all. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all gonna do this.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. Y'all gonna do that.
Delegate.
And then exactly, you delegate it, and then whatever task you were given, you complete that task.
Right.
And whatever it is that you are tasked to do, that's what you do. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Think of this as Most High is the boss.
Right.
Angels, the divine beings, those are his workers. Same thing, if I could, same thing with us. We are priests and prophets of the Lord. But what is a prophet?
Right.
A prophet is also a messenger.
An angel.
Exactly. We carry out the work of the Most High. That's why when you hear this term, I say this quite a bit. When you hear people say, "Oh, I don't listen to man," or they say, "Who wrote the Bible?" Stuff like this. Again, we got to get this out the way. The Lord is not a genie.
Right.
He is not going to just pop the wisdom in your head.
Right.
Right. He's going to send his priests and prophets who also had to learn from other priests and prophets above them so that they can carry out the work. Think about it. You wouldn't have known any of this stuff if we didn't sit here today and teach you, but at the same time, who taught us? Right. Priests, who taught them? You see how it goes? You delegate work, right? It's the same thing. So just so we're clear on that, we got to understand that the Most High look at it as a boss who delegates his workers to carry out his task. Salakia. That's all I got.
That's an amazing analogy, and I think people always overlook that. They think what's that, Aladdin? They like, give me 3 wishes and no, you don't, and that tells you a lot about people. They don't want to work. They're lazy. You don't get rich overnight. You don't start making $90 an hour overnight. No, you have to work and learn a skill and build up that skill. Same thing here. We don't just come into school, say, how about you have a shop rock a thumb, and then we out here teaching Sabbath service. No, man, it's take years. This is years of preparation before you get to be able to teach. Mm-hmm. You don't just come to school and become a teacher. No, you got to go through training and courses. You're going to get delegated what to do. And then once we see that you're ready, or the Lord sees that you're ready, then you will be given the opportunity to prove yourself.
Right.
Slack it.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. So when we go back to verse 2, and God moved upon the face of the waters, he said, this area right here, I want it to be light. So what's happening is Christ and the angels, they're forming the molecules, the molecular structure, atoms, molecules of protons, neutrons, electrons. Mm-hmm. All these things are being activated now. And now he wants a light. What this light is, just think a big flame. This steam has been turned into a big flame. That's why when you look into the Earth's core, what is it? Molten hot lava.
It's the mantle.
The mantle. Mm-hmm. This is a big flame. You pull out your lighter. I just gave you an answer. You light something. That's why God said, let there be light. And there was light. That was the light. It's all this space. All over here is darkness. And then right here in this one area, now there's light. There's a big fire, basically, that the Lord has told them to work on. Now, again, this is not overnight. This is day after day, month after month, year after year. This is work being done. Slack it.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. And God saw the light, that it was good. Mm-hmm. And God divided the light from the darkness, if I may.
Go ahead.
He saw the light and said it was good. Why would he say it's good? Because he gave out an order. And he saw that the order was completed. No different than somebody telling you, good job. That is what we get this from. Nothing you do is new. Everything you do is already written down. You just can't understand it. You can't understand a military structure, a workforce structure, a father structure, a household structure. He said, and God saw the light that it was good. It was good. He said, good job. Christ never was like, I think we can present this to our Father and show him that we did a good job.
It's like, if I could.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like a chain of command. This is order. Right? So again, for people who, these are people, I'm not going to talk to anybody who don't believe in the Bible. If you don't believe in the Bible, okay, go on about your day.
Right.
Now, for so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Natives who do believe in the Bible, this is what you need to understand. There has from the beginning, there's always been a chain of command.
Right.
The pastor's not going to teach you this because, of course, first of all, he probably doesn't even have the King James Version. And even if he does, he never read the original Hebrew. The English was not the original language. Okay. Right. I know some people, they get confused. They're like, oh, well, the Bible was rewritten so many times. Understandable. You know what? You're not lying. I get it, right? So you're like, I don't know what to believe. Okay. We're telling you, King James Version Bible is the most accurate English translation. However, if you don't know the original meaning of the Hebrew words, like we said, in the beginning, God created the earth and the heaven. You're gonna take that as, rightfully so. I don't blame you.
Right.
You're gonna take that as, okay, that's just the Most High.
One person,
one being created all this. But then, of course, you find out, boom, it actually translates to Elohim, which means powers, judges, divine beings. Matter of fact, if I could, I'm gonna use this example, right? I'm paraphrasing. When Moses and Aaron were sent to go to Egypt to get us up out of captivity, it said that the Most High made Moses a god. Now, hold on. Does that mean that he was like a god? Like he's this divine being, like he's taking place of the Most High? No. What happened was the Most High gave him power.
Right.
That's what that was. So he wasn't a literal God.
Right.
He just had power. That's what that is. But again, showing again, he sent men to do his work. Right. There has always been a chain of command. That's why when you read the Bible, there's like for people who like to say, you already know what I'm gonna say. For sisters that don't want to listen to their man, for kids that don't want to listen to their parents,
Right.
For brothers who don't want to listen to, because a lot of brothers do this. You'll listen to the so-called white man,
Right.
Like if he says be at work at 6 a.m., you'll be there at 5:50.
Crazy.
Because why? You're afraid. Like, oh, I need this job.
Right.
When you go there, you might not even want to do so. Hey, can you stay a little late? All right, I'll stay a little bit.
Right.
You'll make that sacrifice. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. We understand that we're in captivity. You might need a little extra money, a little overtime. That's cool. But how about you have that same energy when you are being told to do something by a man, a priest, who's of your own people, your own nation, that is giving you an order.
Right.
Right? Understand something. These divine beings, they didn't have that problem.
Right.
They just did it.
Right.
You understand? Now imagine if they didn't do it. Imagine if no, I don't want to do all that, man. I'm tired.
We wouldn't even be here.
You get my point? Now you take that into consideration when you do something, because every action got a reaction, right?
Right.
You choose, think about it, you choose not to go to work for X amount of time, right? Eventually your boss will be like, fire this dude.
Right.
We got this new dude. He's willing to come in 10 minutes early and stay overtime and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like, all right, we're gonna give it to you. We're gonna send somebody else to do your job better than you because you couldn't complete your job.
Right.
Same thing when you are a priest and prophet of the Lord. Same thing when you're a trooper.
Right.
Same thing. I'll take it a step further. Same thing when you're a young man. Same thing when you're a sister.
Right.
Your actions got a reaction. Now, what did I also say? Some actions have consequences. You choose to be, what's that word? A sloth.
Mm-hmm.
And you choose to be, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I don't want to listen to him. Brother tells you, hey, I need you to go, complete this order for me real quick, whatever it may be. And you say, you can't. And then you just, I don't want to do it.
That's crazy.
I'm good. Guess what? He might have really needed you to do something. He depended on you.
Right.
Think about that.
Be a dependable brother.
Exactly. Be a dependable brother. Be a dependable sister.
Right.
Because now you got to understand, they put their faith in you. The Lord gave out an order knowing that, okay, they're going to carry out this order. And guess what? They did it.
Right.
And like you said, if it wasn't for what they did, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
Salakia. That's all I got on that.
That's 12, sir. Verse 4, and God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. Verse 5, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. If I may, your I guess your definition of day and night comes from this, but at this time it wasn't about time. The day was the actual, that fire, that flame that was in the deep, in the space, that was day. That particular thing right there was day. Everything else, the space, the deep, that was night. Day and night, now we use it for a reflection of time. Day and night. Morning or sunrise, sunset, we use that for the day and the night. At that time, there was not that. There was not 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. It wasn't day night like that. It was the light that he had the angels form with Christ. That was day. That big flame of fire, that molten hot lava, that was day. Everything else was night. I'll put your mind, just view it as somebody, as the earth is not here yet. We are looking at creation. This is creation right here. This is not mythology. This is not the Big Bang Theory. This is not Darwinism. This is none of that. This is how the worlds, plural, were created. It's like in the earth. What was it? 6. Yeah. Oh, it's like it, if I may. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Now, remember how we told you he's not a genie. This was 1,000 years, and not an exact 1,000 years, not on the dot. This is a long, long, long time. Right. Y'all got to understand that your life to the Lord is a blink of an eye. But the Lord, a day to him was 1,000 years. Was that in Peter?
I believe so.
It's also in Ezra's, I believe, or Ecclesiasticus. I know it's in the Apocrypha. It's 1,000 years. Just meaning it's a long period of time. Again, you cannot. If we use this analogy from earlier, if I wanted a car built, a certain car brand built, I would need people to come up with the name, people to come up with the tires, how it's gonna look, how it's gonna shape, the engineers, what type of engine we gonna use, what type of transmission we gonna use, what fluid will we put in here, what type of brakes will we use? Will we use calipers? What will be our base models? This takes time. You don't just think of that in one day.
Exactly.
This is 1,000 years that Christ and them are completing in order.
If I could,
yes, sir.
I'm gonna just read this one quick precept just to prove to you that a day to the Most High is 1,000 years. So this is 2 Peter 3:8.
Right.
But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing.
Right.
That one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. Like, okay. If I could.
Yes, sir.
Anybody that, at least heard of something of the Bible. I remember I was told this when I was a kid. They had like little books, and they were like, the Lord made the world in 7 days. And in my head, I'm like, damn. Like,
right.
7 days? I mean, I know it's the Most High, but damn. But then you read the Bible and you realize, oh, no, these were. And like you said, was it 1,000 years on the dot? That's either nay or say. We're not sure, but
right.
Approximately 1,000 years.
Right.
It took a long time to create the world,
right?
To create Earth, to create the other planets, to create the sun, to create stars, and like it took a long time. Okay, again, the Lord is not a genie. Just like how you said, it takes time to perfect your craft.
Right.
You might, like you said, like let's go back to that same analogy, right? You run your own company. You want to make your own brand of car. Okay, this is like, we'll say it's the prototype. Right. Now you made this prototype. Now you're seeing what works. Okay. Right. You know what? Now let's swap this engine out. You know what? Let's change the frame up a little bit.
Right.
You know what? Let's calibrate it to this real quick. And then you perfect the craft. Now you got your car.
Right.
Now, okay, you know what? We're going to sell this kind of car.
Right.
And then you keep improving it. Same thing with the Most
High.
Right. This is the making, the creation. Y'all call it the Big Bang theory.
Right.
No, that was the Lord.
Right.
The Lord and his workers. Understand that? Who created everything over approximately, if we're going, 7 days, they say?
Right.
We're talking a little over 7,000 years before the earth and the stars and the sun and the other planets around were to the Lord's liking.
Right. And it's funny how you say it. Before you even present something to someone, you want to work at it. It don't take you a day to fix something, to come up with something. So let's say the Lord was like, I want this. Okay, how do we do this, guys? Let's huddle up. The Lord want to put out like this. All right, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. You work on these atoms, you work on these electrons, protons, neutrons. We're gonna see. And once Christ and the angels saw that they're like, we are able to present this to the Lord. Now we don't know if the Lord's gonna say good job or not, but we're gonna present this to the Lord. If the Lord say, I want y'all to do this, I want y'all to tweak it like this. Don't put it like that. Move that right here. Put that over there. Then the Lord was like, that's exactly what I want. Mm-hmm. Good. That it's nothing new, man. This right here is creation. This is how you create. Think about how rappers create a song. They don't just go in there rapping. No, they actually come up with a title. By the time you hear it, it done touched 7 engineers, 3 producers, 3 writers. It took days to actually come up with the concept. They might have had the beat. Even after that, then they figure the beat out. Then they figure out how they want to rap it. Then they figure out what emotion they want you to hear. How to perfect the words. They don't go in and do one take. Some do, but to perfect the song, you do more than one take. You think on it. You sleep on it. You come back and you listen to it. You're like, that's right. I'm going to present that to the people. You don't know it took them a week to make that song.
Exactly.
You think they just did it that day. Now they could have, but to perfect it, to put out an album, it takes time.
Oh yeah, that could take months.
Right.
That could take a year, even if you really think
it's
about
time that goes into creating something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
go ahead.
Verse 6. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. The firmament. If you've never heard of this, you've heard of it. The ozone layer. The firmament is in the stratosphere. So planes. So I believe we're in the troposphere, I believe we're in the troposphere. Planes are in the troposphere, but they head to the bottom portion of the stratosphere, above the clouds, 30, 40,000 feet up, where jets and planes go, because it's less turbulence up there. The ozone layer, they can't go past the ozone layer. That's in the stratosphere. That's that firmament. When you look at it, when you actually learn about space, there's a troposphere, stratosphere, I believe the manosphere, there's another sphere. Between those spheres, though, there's things called pauses. So it's a tropopause, it's a metapause, a stratopause. All these things are between the next layer of space.
Right.
You have the big firmament, which is the ozone layer. No different than you trying to break into, like, think about the ocean. It's shallow, then it gets deep. That's how it is. That's why you think what happened to the submarine? They got too far deep up in it. Why you think a spaceship is called a spaceship? A submarine ain't nothing but a water ship that floats in water. Or you have a regular ship that floats on top of water. You have to look at the difference. I would say a ship that floats on top of water is nothing but a plane.
Mm-hmm.
A submarine is the ship that's in the water, just like a spaceship. That's why the first astronauts, they use deep diving suits they mimic deep diving suits, because they knew that the same molecular structure of the space was the same molecular structure of water.
Exactly.
This is easy.
This just shows, if I could, that
Yes,
the
sir.
Bible and science go together. The Bible is science.
Hand in hand.
And if I could, real quick, I'm actually going to read the biblical definition of firmament. So in the Hebrew, it's pronounced rakai, I believe. So now, just to show you that what the brother is saying is true, right? I'm going to go to the outline of biblical usage first. So it says extended surface, solid, expanse, firmament, right? It says expanse, again, firmament, a vault of heaven supporting waters above, considered by Hebrews as solid or supporting waters above. If you keep going, it says the firmament or apparently visible arch of the sky, aka talking about the ozone layer,
right?
Space. And when you really think about it, I'm glad you brought this up too. Spaceship, a submarine, a ship on the water. It's really the same. That's why a lot of scientists, a lot of marine biologists, they compare the ocean to space.
Right.
Think about it. They would compare it to space. Spaceship.
Right.
When you go underneath water, what do you need? You need a diving suit.
Right.
Then you go to space. What do you need? You need an astronaut suit. I'm not sure what it's exactly called, but the suit the astronauts wear, because you need spacesuit, right? But the concept behind it is the same.
Right.
Your body cannot handle space.
Right.
There's no oxygen in space.
Right.
So what do? You put on this suit, supply you with the oxygen, and
so you breathe.
So you can breathe.
Right.
Same thing with the water.
Right.
We can't breathe underwater. We're not fish. Lord didn't make us like that. We weren't given that ability. Okay. We breathe air. You go down there. What do you need? You need a diving suit.
Right.
So that you could breathe underwater. They've said it multiple times. We so busy exploring space. When the more we explore the ocean, we realize, damn, we really don't know.
Right. It's so much unfound.
So much. There's literally places, I found this out. There are still places in the ocean that human beings physically cannot go through. They said they reach like the bottom of the bottom. How? I don't know. You tripping, so you can have that.
Right.
They went all the way to the bottom. They thought they hit the floor. Turns out there's a whole nother layer.
Right.
It says it was like a pool. You ever seen like SpongeBob?
Yes. There's a pool in the water.
It's like a pool in the pool.
Right.
So they reach. Yeah, that's what I thought of as soon as I saw it. I'm like, this is Laguna Beach. This is what SpongeBob was talking about. This layer, they're like a big giant pool. So they're like, okay, is this water? Because it looked like water.
Right.
It wasn't solid.
Right.
So they're like, okay, let's go. They said they tried to go and it just kind of bounced off. You physically can't pass through it. Crazy. They said it was so dense that what we have right now, what we've created, cannot pass through it. So that just shows there's even more to the earth. We don't know. But this again shows that the Bible talks about the stratosphere.
Right.
It talks about the meteors and like the space, the concept of space in the beginning.
Right.
But your pastor's not going to teach you this, right? This is the creation that we're going over right now. Salaki. But just to show what the brother's talking about, space, it's in the firmament is referring to the sky, right? And it even says right here. I don't want to breeze over this.
No, you good, sir.
As a solid and supporting waters above.
Come on,
man.
Waters. All this is water. Just know the Lord made everything out of waters. The deep. Why do you think he called the space that space out there? He called it the deep. It's just deep. Why do you think they fight so hard to get up there? You take over land, sea, air. That's what you do. Land, sea, air. You're trying to take over the space station. You're trying to take over the exosphere. They know that's up there. That up there is worth it. Space. That's why you have a space station. That's why they had a space race. If you run the space, you can run the earth. That's why they're trying to get up there. When you read Isaiah 14, I don't want to get off topic. But they're trying to get up there.
Right.
They're trying to fight the Lord up there. That's why they doing all this stuff. UFOs, they're trying to figure it out. That's the purpose though. Space and sea, it's the same. Just one is above, one is below. Slocky.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Verse 7, last verse. And God made the firmament. Again, the Elohim, the Elohim,
right,
with Christ leading the charge with a blueprint from the Lord. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which are above the firmament, and it was so. This is classic, and I can't wait till this is like one of my favorite subjects. This is why I'm actually talking. This is one of my favorite subjects, man. I love creation. Just no different between Revelation and Genesis. The beginning, the end, the Alpha, the Omega. This right here predates science. This is science. What man has made, it can't even comprehend or compare. That's why they have so many theories. They can't comprehend what the Lord was doing. They want to give it to magic, a Big Bang theory. There's no magic in this.
Right.
This is just pure work.
And if I could, they'll give it to man as well.
Right.
Like Darwinism or Newton's law.
Come on. We're going to get into that.
Exactly. We've all heard of this before, right? They'll give it to man, really the white man.
Right.
They'll give it to them like, oh, we discovered this. Like, nah, you don't even understand. That just shows you, again, the Bible is real. Think about it. The Quran don't talk about space.
Come on.
The Buddha don't talk about space.
Right.
All right. The Bible it's been stated to this day, biblical scholars cannot come to a conclusion of how old the Bible is. We could talk about how old, the English version is.
Right.
But how old is the English language? Right? Like this is really not that old. It's I think a few hundred years old. I'm not even sure.
Right.
But it ain't older than the Bible.
Right.
Because before English, there were many other languages.
Right.
Hebrew, original, not even the Assyrian,
right?
Like the Tanakh, right?
Right.
The Assyrian that we read right here. Now, this is the Hebrew that you're probably familiar with. This isn't even the original Hebrew.
Right.
The original Hebrew book, the Tanakh, the real Tanakh, it's actually bigger than this. And it goes for like hundreds, I think, if not thousands of dollars. It's so hard to get. But why would a book like that cost so much?
Right.
Because it's so valuable. This book, we're talking about, it's all right in front of you. Genesis means in the beginning. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. It literally starts with in the beginning.
Come on.
God created. When you go into the definition, God translates to Elohim or Elohim,
right,
as you may know it. It goes into the powers,
right,
the judges, the rulers that created the heaven and the earth.
Come on.
And then you read all about the creation, the light and the darkness, the waters. Your Christian pastor probably doesn't even know what firmament is.
Go ahead. Really think about that, man. You should be questioning people. That is why and I always say this, man, in every class I teach. We are not a camp. Camp is that thing we go to. This is a school. This is the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. Right now, we're teaching you, but we're both students in this school. We're still learning to this day. We will never stop learning. We're students in a school. What's the firmament? Oh, the ozone layer. If you didn't know, now you know. Mm-hmm. If you didn't know that space and the ocean were the same, now you know. If you didn't understand astronauts and deep sea diving, now you know. You are in school, you are learning. You are learning. And if I made to touch on in the beginning, I don't even argue with anybody about anything anymore because I understand you just don't know. Nothing predates the Bible. How I know? Because nothing says in the beginning besides the Bible. What is before the beginning? Nothing. In the beginning. Anybody want to argue with me about anything? Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, Elohim, they created the heavens and the earth before the earth was formed. When you start reading John 1, when you really start breaking it down, you understand this predates anything, any book, anything. It's like,
nah, you surviving. We'll get into it more. What we're gonna be doing, just so everybody knows, we're gonna start from the beginning and we're gonna go over every single verse. We're gonna break down. It's gonna take time. Bear with us.
Years.
It's gonna take years, but we're gonna break down the whole Bible. I know, like what we've been doing. I'm letting anybody who's been watching Sabbath service, I'm letting you know right now. What me and this brother are gonna be doing from now on, we're gonna break down the whole Bible.
Right.
From the beginning. That's why we went all the way to Genesis. We've been bouncing around. We're going straight to the beginning. We're going to talk about the creation. Now everybody knows that the concept of space is in the Bible.
Right.
Space.
Come on.
Is in the Bible. Again, that's why a lot of scientists today, they compare the ocean to space.
Right.
It's the same concept, different areas. But that's why it says the firmament is the waters above.
Come on.
Because can you walk in space?
Come on.
You kind of like, you almost kind of gotta like swim.
You're floating.
You're floating. What do you do in the water? You're floating.
Come on.
It's the same thing, right? But Salaki, that's all we got on that, right? And we're gonna continue. We're gonna stay in Genesis. We're gonna go over 8 through 14 next class. We're gonna break down, like I said, the whole Bible, right? So that everybody can have a greater understanding and understand that this predates everything.
Right.
Everything. Science comes from the Bible. The Bible is science. Science is the Bible, right? So if anybody want to argue about that, anybody want to come to, oh, the Bible isn't real. Okay, well, why does it talk about the creation of space and the planets and night and day and waters? Why talk about that?
Right.
Because remember, this is thousands. We don't know how old the Bible is. Because remember, a lot of this stuff, quite a bit of this stuff happened before the concept of the Bible was even created.
Right.
Think about that. The events in the Bible are older than the Bible itself.
Come on,
man.
Okay, and you know when you talked about, I don't want to go too far, but you remember when you talked about the 7 days, we found out it's really like 7,000 years. Think about how much time the Lord put into thinking about this. Think about this moment right now. What's today? The 14th of October. Of this moment right now, the Lord thought about this way before the earth was even formed. Before he was just thought about like, all right, I want people, I want sons, I want people on the earth, I want them to walk around, I want animals, I want plants, I want to be a self-sustaining society. Okay, I want an earth, I want planets, I want this, I want that. Imagine how much he didn't do that in a day. He was thinking. I don't know how many years it took him just to even think of the concept of what it is now. And now to direct this movie that we're in of the good guys and the bad guys, and for us to be redeemed, the concept of this is the greatest movie ever made. You are in it. You are in the scriptures.
The Lord is the greatest director,
right,
producer, tactician, all that.
It's just him. Scriptures, movie script. You are in the greatest movie ever made, and you could be. Hey man, you could be a star in this movie. You can be a star in this movie that will never be forgotten. Mm-hmm. I digress.
So hey, Salakia, the water for everybody that tuned in. If you haven't already, I'm telling you, please like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, this is what me and his brother are gonna be doing from now on. Every Sabbath service, we're going to break down the Bible,
right, from
the beginning. We're gonna take it all the way back. All right, just so everybody has a greater understanding. It's gonna take time. I mean, look how big this book is.
Years.
This ain't even the apocrypha.
Right.
This is more to it, right? But Slakia. With that being said, we're about to end the class. So me and this brother right here, imagine stand. Yeah. Sorry, face me. Sorry.
La'ashala, which means to Israel.
Sorry, face me. Sorry. Sorry, face me. Yep. All right, sorry. Amadim Aponya Hakwadam, which means to rise or stand and face the east. Begin with the Lord's Prayer.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malawaka. Kaba'a. Matazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazah. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanawa. Lakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalak Nanawa. Kabwaf Nanawa. Kasalak Nawa. Kabwaf Yanawa. Wala'ah, Tabiya'anawa, on the side one, a ball, Abashai now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Lakub, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahata Pa'arath, La'ai, Walamyam, Aman.
Now for the English, our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Will be done.
Thy will be done
in earth,
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Amen. It's a cock, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shad, Thalanaw, Hakak, Kal Maka'ala, Wakal Manawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakwanyam, Hamathim, Hakak, Al Rakawa, Hatama'ala, Garshan, Basham, Yahweh
Aman. Now in the English,
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh,
please
give us the power. Give us the power. The power to heal
all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out.
In the name of
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it. This is the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai. Why Ma'aka'ala. Why Alahayim. Matazab Ya'ah. Alawap Yahana. Halawap Yahana. Hasaranyam. Hakwatazonyam. Hakayanyam. Waha Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Lord Water.
Aman. Now for the English, bless you Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General, the general, the captain, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha Yanya, Ahariam, Mayan, Yaba'a, Azariah, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aishab, Shemayim, Ba'aratazah, Al Yathan, Lamawat, God, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hadna, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazal, Al Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wyarak, Bala Yalub, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Afna Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'atham, I will. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade. Upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon
by night.
By night.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
From all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
The
out.
Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time
From
forth.
this time forth
And even
forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al damayala ka.
All damayala ka.
Al takaraash.
All takarash.
Wa al tashakwat.
All tashakwat.
All kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awa yabyaka.
Awa yabyaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan. Ra'ash. Al aimaka.
Al aimaka.
Yaira yamwa.
Yaira yamwa.
Sawada. Wayata.
Wayata.
Yaita zawa.
Yaita zawa.
Al tazapawanyaka.
Al tazapawanyaka.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Lakawa. Wana kakira. Magaya. Wala a. Yasakar. Sham. Yasha'ala. Iwada. Kaya. Nawa atazawa. Laba. Wakadwa. Alyaka. Baryath. Yakarathwa. Ahaya. Alawam. Why? Yashamai. Allah. Alayam. Mawa Abu. Wahagariya. Gabal. Wa'aimawan. Wa'aimalak. Kalashaf. I'm Yashabya. Tazawar. Gum. Ashawar. Nalawa. Amam. Hayawa. Zarai. Labanya Lawat. Salah. Aisha. Lahum. Kamigra. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Kayabyan. Manakal. Yashwan. Nashab Madwa. Bayandara. Hayawa. Daman. Ladama. Shatamwa. Nada. Yamawa. Kai Irab. Wakaza'aba. Wakazabak. Wakatazalmanai. Call Nasa Yakamwa. Ashar. Amarwa. Naya Rashad. Lanawa. Af. Nawat. Alahayam. Shatamwa. Kagagala. Kakwash. Lapanya. Rawakah. Ka'ash. Daba Ira. Wa Kalahaba. Dalahat. Horyum. Kun. Dawadatma. Basa Ira. Wabasa. Wapafka. Daba Halam. Mala'ab. Panyaham. Kwalawan. Waya. Kwashwa. Shamka. Yahawa. Yabashwa. Waya. Bahal. Ayai. Waya. Parwa. Waya. Abadwa. Waya. Da'awa. Kaya. Atha. Shamka. Yahawa. Labaka. Aliwan. Alcohol. Haratazah.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
O God.
O God. For lo. Thine enemies.
Make a tumult.
And they that hate
thee.
Have lifted up the head.
They
have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
And consulted.
Against thy hidden ones. They have said. Come.
And let us cut them off.
From
being a nation.
In
the name of
Israel.
Maybe
no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against
thee.
The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of
Moab.
And
the Hagarines.
Gabal.
And Amalek.
The
Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They are hoping the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as to the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Orel.
And like Zaid.
Yea, all their princes as a Ba,
and as a moon.
Who said, let us take to ourselves
the
houses of God,
in possession.
Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. Oh Lord, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sorry, face me. Pass over to security announcements, increasing officer Alatazar.
Well, sir. This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Right. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3 verses 8 through 10 means tenth in the Hebrew, my Ishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the Feast of Dedication, December 7th. December 7th for, is it 8 days?
8 days.
8 days. That's in the book of First Maccabees.
This will be Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Yep.
What's the scriptures? I know it's First Maccabees something.
First Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 through 61.
You got it right there. We also have the cookout coming, the 26th through the 29th. That Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we will have events. Right. We definitely will be having Sabbath service that Saturday as well.
Right.
At the school.
And make sure you attend.
Right. It's like it. Also, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirts, pants, headband, war scarf.
Most High in Christ. All right, and with that, shalom.
Shalom.